So quickly, let's review some of these main applications that you have with your free version of Office. So Excel, PowerPoint, and Word, spreadsheets, documents, and presentations, and they're all pretty straightforward. So we're not going to go into those. So here, but remember, all three of them you can share with others. So you can actually share the document, and then multiple people could be working on it at the same time. Calendar and inbox, pretty self-explanatory. Your Outlook is your email. You can send and receive and file your email. And then calendar here, right here, is this right here. It's the calendar part of your email. So it's a calendar. So that's pretty simple. OneDrive is a place where all of your files go. So here I created this file called book just a few minutes ago. And then I created another one called my first spreadsheet. And then this is my OneNote Notebook, which we're going to look at, which is right here. So I can also create a OneNote Notebook, and I can put in all types of things. Let's say I want to put in a staff meeting, and the meeting notes, I can put that in there. But when I'm taking notes, let's say, and I have a to-do item, I need to check with Mark about snow blower. Snow tube. Let's say that. All right. So that's an action. I'm sitting in a meeting and I'm typing away, or I'm using a pen and I'm writing it, right? But here I'm just typing away, but I have an action item. When I'm sitting there typing, I could go up here, right here, and put a check mark next to it, and then I could continue down. And then when I'm done with the meeting, I could say, oh, okay, I need to check with Mark about this. I'm just going to highlight that. I'm going to hit copy. And then I'm going to go over to my application here, to do. And here I'm going to say I need to add a new task. So I'm going to click on task and I'm just going to paste it, right? Control paste, right? Or Control V, by the way. So here, check with Mark about snow tube. And so I need to call him and maybe remind Mark. Okay. So that be my two checklist, right? Steps. And then, so that's it. And then I can put a due date on it. Let's say I want to do that next Monday. And then when I come into my tasks, I can see what's due, what's not due. I can sort it. I can do all types of things. So here, for example, I have this one called Susie today. And then due tomorrow, I'm going to call Mark. Now I can also go to my day at the beginning of the day and I can say, oh, okay, I want that one in there. I'm just going to hit plus. And now I can call Mark, and I don't want this one in here anymore. So I'm going to take it off of there. And so this is really designed to what I'm going to get done today. So if you had a bunch of tasks in here, for example, you would go through, maybe you had a whole bunch of lists. You just go through and say, hey, what do I want to do today? What do I have time for? Oh, yeah, I can call Susie. I can call Mark. And then you kind of work off of that as your to-do list. So that's kind of cool. So the key here, though, is that you're taking your meeting notes right here, things that you've talked about in a meeting, and you're turning them into actions that you're following up on, and you can drop them into these buckets. Now, some organizations, they have just one log on for their organization, and they all share the same thing. They put little buckets in here for everybody, and then they kind of drag things into the places that they need to. And then when that person comes in, they just look at their bucket, sort it by the due date, and bing, they're off to the races. So that's kind of how you use to do and make your meetings more actionable, right? It's not enough just so we sit in a meeting to have a meeting. We actually want to get something done. You can add new sections here and new pages as well. And then remember, all that data is being stored here. We can also work on all types of files, and they'll list out here for us as well. When we want to get rid of one, we just click on it and hit delete, and then it goes away. All right, so that is your basic view. Sway, Skype. Skype is a video conferencing, and this is like a people organizer. And then Sway is a way to illustrate information on a web page that you can view. So here, I'm going to put in just a Sway. Now, I use Sway with Bitly. So, because Bitly shortens the URL. So here, we're just going to do this. So for example, I have bit.ly/lushvisual, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. And in a minute, that's going to pull up a Sway site. So you're going to see here just in a minute that it should pull up the Sway site. Now the Sway site is just a collection of applications and things, kind of a web page that we can use. In fact, here I can show you an example here while it loads this real world example. So these are some of the templates you can do, and you can just create new and begin to create your Sway and put in your title. And here's one just as an example. Here's one that I created, right? It has my videos in there. It has some, stuff in there, some of my books, things of that nature. So you can do all types of that. In addition, it has all types of links as well. So if you wanted to link, then you just hit OK, and then the link goes over and shows everything there as well. So that's kind of how you do that, and that is Sway. So just in summary, we use email right here, Outlook, and calendaring for email and calendaring. We use Excel for spreadsheets, PowerPoint for presentations, Word for documents. We store our meeting notes and other information that we want to search and find easily inside of OneNote. We use forms to collect surveys. That's real easy to use. Play with that. OneDrive stores all of our files. Sway can give us an interactive presentation, or even in conjunction with bit.ly, we can go ahead and create kind of specialized web pages. And then To Do allows us to truly leverage To Do.